So guys, welcome back to Formula for Speed. I'm your host, Chad. This is my lovely co-host, Babyface. Babyface, please tell everyone hello.
Hello!
So guys, we're back again this week with another reaction video to Spain. Spa.
Oh, last year's Spa.
Babyface, I'm finally happy she got this right. Because she's not going to admit she told me the wrong name, but we're going to leave that alone.
Shame on you.
Guys, we're excited to review this race. It's interesting because, again, everybody was saying Mercedes 1 and 2. I'm having a problem with that, Babyface, because right now it's not Mercedes 1 and 2. It's Hamilton, then Verstappen. So the Mercedes 1 and 2 thing is out the window now, right?
Verstappen is bringing it to them. I'm also very happy to see that Perez qualified 4th. Because I was hoping he wouldn't do worse than Hülkenberg did last week.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, before we start, of course, Hamilton's on pole. Bottas is running second. Mm-hmm. I was still worried about, in this heat, the tires looked okay for Mercedes. Looked okay to me, at least.
Yeah, whatever was going on, they seem to have figured it out or fixed it.
Right. Racing Point is still running phenomenal, guys. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is it the carbon copy of the 2019? Before I get to that, I will say they showed a picture on Instagram with Mercedes car from last year, 19, mind you. Their wheel brakes and all of that. It looked different from Racing Point's. But again, guys, even if they did carbon copy, we're in 2020. Shouldn't the teams be more advanced?
Listen, what I will say is I'm not supporting, but I did giggle at the fact that someone started to call Racing Point Tracing Point, and I thought that was ingenious.
Again, I see the jokes, and I'm like, you call them Tracing Points, you can say they're copying. That makes every other team look that much worse, guys. It's a car from last year. So are we now admitting... And they weren't the quickest car last year. Ferrari was still the faster car last year.
Yeah.
So, Haas did the same thing when they came in. Guys, we don't have to drum up old stuff, but call it a Tracing Point, whatever, beat them. You know what I mean? If I'm Racing Point, we have a 2019 car. All of you have 2020 cars. Beat us. That's how I feel. Verstappen's running third. Perez running fourth, Babyface.
Yes.
Guys, I got to eat my words. Lance Stroll's actually running well this year.
Same.
He's running fifth.
He's doing something with that seat.
Yeah, Albon's running sixth. I'm hoping he shows out. My two McLaren boys, guys, 7 and 8. My boys, Leclerc, Ferrari. We got a lot to talk about. Running ninth. Gasly running well this year as well. Running 10th. Vettel running 11th. Kvyat running 12th. Danny Rick, 13th. Raikkonen 14th. Ocon 15th, Magnussen 16th. Those were no's, man. Grosjean 17th, Russell 18th. I really want to see Williams have a good race this year.
Yeah.
This Grand Prix. Latifi 19th, Giovinazzi 20th. So guys, they're about to start. Babyface, predictions for Ferrari.
You know what? I really want it to be, I don't know, Leclerc 6, Vettel 7.
Me personally, guys, I kind of think Vettel has been put on the back burner. I think
you don't have to think. That's a fact.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with him departing next year, they've kind of given him the kind of treatment. Hey, we'll give you a car. It's set up similar to Leclerc's, if not carbon copy. If you don't like it, too bad. Make it work. I'm not seeing where I want him to do well, and I'm rooting for him. I really want him to do well. I just don't. I'll be surprised if he's top 10 with the way they've been strategizing around him.
It's a messy separation between those two.
Very messy. So, the start of the race. Hamilton, guys, great start. Bottas, not so much.
Horrible start.
Horrible start. He gets squeezed out by the Racing Point. Vettel now, so Verstappen's down second. The Racing Point's in third. After that start, Babyface, immediately I said, Hamilton, Verstappen 1-2 finish.
Yeah, you did. I will say though, kudos to all the drivers for keeping it clean. I really thought that start was going to
Me too.
create maybe a yellow flag somewhere.
Me too. I thought it was going to be a worse start than that. So right now, everybody's clean. Everybody's running clean. There's no spins right now. Lap 1, guys. So how many guys? Listen in the comments. How many safety cars? How about you, Babyface? How
I
many?
thought at least 2 safety cars, though historically I figured out after the fact that historically there's not a safety car
Yeah,
in Spain.
it's not a lot.
For some reason I really thought there'd be at least 2 though.
You thought too?
I thought so, but then it was after the fact I was like, oh, I was dead wrong.
I'm gonna tell you. How many did I thought maybe at least 1.
You
Right,
thought so?
guys, let me know in the comments. I thought 1 safety car at least. Babyface thought 2. I thought 1. I'm gonna be honest. What I was really watching for, I wanted my McLaren boys to do well. I was looking maybe Ocon can make a statement. Albon make a statement. I was really looking for Vettel. What was going to happen this race? Have they totally forsaken him? Have they just left him out there to his own devices? The comments I'm seeing, guys, a lot of Ferrari's fans, you can see the split between them in the comments I'm seeing. Hey, Vettel deserves it. In the past, he acted like an entitled, spoiled brat. This is the humbling experience he needs. I see a lot of Vettel. I'm a Vettel fan. They're like, hey, listen, that is not the way you treat a 4-time champ. That's not the way you do him. So I wanted to see Vettel do well this race. Babyface, what you...
I mean, I kind of I get the point on both sides because
Right.
if you've watched some of our older videos, you know how I felt about Vettel messing up continuously over the last season and a half.
Right.
And I was really angry about it. So I understand the Ferrari fans or even the Vettel fans that are really angry, like, come on, get it together. At the same time, I also understand and I agree with the comments that are like, wait a minute, as a team, is that really how you want to do this?
Right.
And I don't like Ferrari. I've said this over and over again. I never did like them.
Right.
I think I was kind of hoping that Ferrari would take the high road on this in the sense that, all right, they're separating from Vettel.
Right.
The relationship is coming to an end at the end of the season, but he's still driving for you. You're an institution that has so much history in the sport. I mean, Ferrari is, not for me, but definitely was, and for a lot of people still is, the team that drivers wanted to race for. That was kind of the staple of that you were a good
Correct.
driver, you drove for Ferrari. And to see them just dismiss, or
Yeah.
almost, and I mean, this is all just speculation, right? Because we're not part of the team. We're just seeing what from the outside, what we perceive. Inside, in the meetings, it might be a different story, but what it comes across as to us, they literally just were like, screw you, Vettel, do your own thing.
Well, it's kind of
We're
what
not
he's
even-
hinting to. Guys,
Yes, but I expected Ferrari to do better than that. For a sporting team that has been around for so long and was a staple / is a staple in the sport, I feel like that is really beneath them, and that's very disappointing. Even though I don't like Ferrari, and I'm just like, see, it's kind of proving my point. At the same time, I was really surprised that it's so blatant,
oh, well, I'm going to be honest with you. The commentators are talking about it. The comments, people are noticing it. Vettel, guys, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Vettel is hinting at the fact that, listen, I'm still here. I know it may be, to me, it's like he's saying, I know it's a spoiled relationship. I know it's done. I know it's ran its course, but I can still get points.
He's still driving. I mean,
Right. I don't know. You guys let us know what you think. For me,
it's just not a good look all around.
no. But my McLaren boys are running well, Babyface. Did you see that?
Yeah.
On a lighter note, Hamilton, and I was also looking to see how the Mercedes would do with these tires on race day. And I had a feeling Red Bull would do well. My other thing I was looking at again is Albon, Babyface.
I was watching Albon too.
Because Red Bull so desperately wants that 1-2 punch, guys, like they had with Danny Rick and Verstappen. They've not gotten that since Danny Rick's left. So I'm wondering what Albon's gonna do.
So far, Red Bull has been a bit defensive when somebody's been asking, when people ask them when it comes up in interviews. So
I like him. I mean, I think he's going for it.
To me, it suggests that they are willing to invest a little bit more in Albon than they did in Gasly for whatever reason. He has the potential.
Gasly didn't. It was a reason for that. And if you guys go back and watch those races, Gasly didn't go for gaps. He didn't go for. He just was so
realize that, but Gasly's doing very well.
Because the pressure's off of him.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well. He's a great driver.
The pressure's off of him.
So I think we just have to watch. I just hope that Albon, because this race so far, he's been attacking and really going for it, but keeping it clean, which is an improvement from some of the races that we saw previously, where it was like, oh, that gets a bit dicey. You didn't have to tap him. I was a bit overzealous, so he's cleaning up. So hopefully he keeps showing improvement and he can catch up to Verstappen.
We'll see. I'm going to be interested to see how he develops over time.
Yeah, I just hope he does it quickly.
Me too. Because you guys know with Red Bull, that's one of those teams you gotta perform. And with Red Bull, since you gotta perform, they have such a program where they'll swap in and out drivers.
Yeah.
They're doing that because they're trying to find, again, the 1-2 combination.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Mercedes has it. They have Bottas and Hamilton.
They do.
Ferrari had it with Kimi and Vettel.
They had it. And also, at the same token, even though Verstappen can hold his own in the front, ideally you don't want him out there sandwiched in between the Mercedes just by himself. Ideally, you would want to have the other Red Bull help, the strategy along, or help the teammate out, or do something.
Yeah, you would. I mean, ideally, you don't want him. You want somebody else running up there with him. You want someone up there running with him. You don't want to leave him out there by himself. But unfortunately, right now, until Albon can get fully acclimated like he needs to, he has the talent. I mean, guys, you guys see that. You all see. He has the talent. He goes for the gaps. He just goes for it. I like the way he races. He goes for it. But he has to just get acclimated. So, right now, guys are going over to start again. Lance Stroll got a good start.
He did very well.
Yeah. Lance Stroll. I mean, my words with Lance Stroll. Guys, you can ask Babyface.
Same.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Lance Stroll's having a great season so far. That Racing Point car has improved massively since last year. You guys know that.
I may have to change my tune from saying that Bolt seat actually has some merit to it now. At first, I didn't see the merit. I really felt that it was a wasted seat. Now I'm starting to go, you know what? Okay, the seat might have been bought, but he's actually doing something with it.
And right now, it's interesting. Lap 6, Verstappen's kind of stating that Hamilton's driving a little slow.
He was.
It's a purpose for that, right? I think Hamilton's doing this. Everybody knows this. The guy is a tactician out there, so he's doing it for a reason. He's a lot more tire conscious than most drivers. Though Max last week did a very good job managing the tires.
Oh, Max did amazing.
Last week, yeah. And he did an amazing job. When it comes to tire management, Lewis is the best I've seen out there so far. But right now, everybody's running solid. My McLaren boys, Babyface. We're in the points. Running 7th and 10th. Vettel's still 11th.
Yeah.
Leclerc, guys, is running 9th. Gasly is running 8th. So I was really, at this point, I'm really wanting to see what Vettel has. What they're going to do with Vettel. Guys, let us know in the comments, what were your predictions for the finish for Vettel? Let me know. Babyface, what did you think? Where did you think he was going to finish?
I was really hoping that he would finish like he is right now, just one place behind Leclerc, or maybe right behind Leclerc. I was really encouraged by the fact that he wasn't that far behind Leclerc.
True. That's true. Lap 18, looks like Hamilton turned it up. He's not driving slow no more, so which I figured he would. And I'm gonna tell you, I like the fact that, to me, Max is not so concerned about Mercedes, what they're doing. Max is like, I'm gonna race my race, and I love that, and he kind of encourages his team at times. To me, hey guys, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. We need to worry about us.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It's nice to see Max maturing in his driving and kind of taking ownership and just going, hey, here's what we're going to do. And because at first we didn't quite see that. We saw a really zealous, young, a bit immature, but greatly talented driver. And now we're starting to see him really come into his prime. Yeah.
So lap 20, still things are running as normal as they should. Vettel's in 10th. Guys, Vettel's in the points. Made up one place. Vettel's in the points. And guys, something else I was loving about this race, and Babyface will tell you, from the first lap all the way up through a lot of these laps, I'm loving the midfield battles. Maybe it's just me, guys. Let me know in the comments. I love the midfield battles. If you get bored watching the front, fine. Go to the midfield. How about you, Babyface?
I 100% agree. If you think, you've made this point several times. If you're bored, then maybe sports isn't for you.
Oh, right.
Because, and if you're going to challenge that, this is just since Mercedes has been winning. No, there's always a dominant era of some type. You and I have been watching Formula One since what? You started watching the late 80s.
Yeah.
I started watching in the 90s.
Right.
And so we have a couple of years under our belt. And we might have not always enjoyed the winners because they weren't our teams, but I still enjoyed the sport. From what you've told me, you've still enjoyed the sport. So,
Well, you gotta realize, we posted this picture on our Instagram account, and for people saying it's boring, guys, if this is how we know this is taking place more than once. If it hadn't, we wouldn't be talking about Schumi. We wouldn't be talking about Ayrton Senna. We wouldn't be talking about Prost.
Oh, Vettel when he did his 4.
Vettel when he run his 4. Alonso. We wouldn't be talking about these guys. Ferrari has won the most races by far. So there's been dominant teams throughout the history of F1.
Yeah.
It's just right now it's Mercedes time, right? And every driver, and I always say this, every great driver I've just named has had a great car. Facts. Again, Senna left McLaren, my team, to go to a Williams, which had a more dominant car.
Yeah.
That was the year before they made Williams take all the stuff off because they said it was too driver assisted.
Yeah.
So a lot of electronics on that Williams car had to come off by the time Senna got there, ironically. So, guys, again, we enjoy the midfield battles. I'm loving my team, trying their best. Sainz, right now, he just had a pit stop, so he's running 12th. Who's coming in for Mercedes, Babyface? This is lap 23. Who is that? Hamilton. So Lewis is coming in to the pits. He has softs on right now, so I think he's going to put on
mediums.
I think. Yes, those are mediums. Which I think it's a slow pit stop, 4.3 seconds. So the gun,
I think it was the
back left.
Back left was a bit sticky.
The gun, yeah, it was sticking. So, and they double stack. Now, Bottas had a much better pit stop, guys, 3.1 seconds. So they do one of my favorite, the double stacks. Which, not mad at them. My McLaren boys, Babyface, we're trying. We're trying. Hey, listen, we're coming up. Told you that 2 seasons ago.
Making something happen, though.
Making something happen. Something else I found interesting, Ferrari said they just want transparency. And I think, was it Crofty that said, I'm going to just leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. When they said that, I said, now that's interesting because...
Let's just call it for what it is. Bernardo going out there and saying he wants transparency.
Right.
Is the tar pit calling you black. You want transparency.
Yeah.
The team that had a secret sealed slap on the hand. You want transparency.
But throughout the history of Formula One, this is the reason, guys, Babyface is not particularly... She's not a fan of Ferrari.
I don't like Ferrari.
Because her father taught her Ferrari is always doing something shady. And they just get a slap on the wrist. And they're hypocritical. And as soon as he said that, I heard from her. She said, see, this is what I'm talking about. They want transparency, but they'll do something shady behind closed doors, i.e. last year, now the records are sealed. So what were you doing? And this is the other point I'm going to make. Last year, amongst the years before that, they've had the fastest car on the grid. So, again, this whole business of Mercedes running away, and this just started this year because last year they didn't have the fastest car on the grid.
They didn't.
2018, Ferrari had the quickest car in F1 history.
Yeah.
Kimi broke that. I was like, that is a rock. It's not even fair.
Yeah, it was a rocket.
It was a rocket. And I believe up to Germany, Hamilton looked nervous. He was like, I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is the first year they're beating a car. They're outpacing the field by what, 1 or 2 seconds?
Yeah.
My McLaren boys did it better. I'm going to put that out there. No shot on you. In 88, we were outpacing cars by 3.5, 4 seconds. We had 2 world championships. There's never been a better 1 and 2 than Prost and Senna. Even though they didn't get along at the time, still the best 1 and 2 I've seen. Put that out there. So you guys are crying about Hamilton and Bottas and Schumi and Barrichello. The one thing I will give Mercedes, they don't have team orders. Ferrari with Schumi and Barrichello, they were often team orders. They don't have that. They let those guys race. So Bottas could have had a better race up to this point so far. He just had a bad start. Guys, the midfield is exciting. Albon just kept past K-Mag, and I'm looking at guys swap. I'm looking at positions going.
And did you see that Red Bull pit stop?
1.9 seconds.
1.9 seconds.
Crazy. That's crazy. The best pit stops on the
and
quickest.
And then the other pit stop was like 2.0.
I mean, you know, it's.
I'm telling you right now, in the future, because probably right now we don't want to give their secrets away. In the future, I need someone to do a special on Red Bull's
pit stops. Yeah, I'm not a hater. They got the best pit stops on the grid.
Like, what do they feed those guys?
Now, guys, right now on the medium tire lap 29, Bottas is running the fastest lap. Perez is running 4th. Leclerc and Vettel, they haven't pitted yet, but they're 5th and 6th.
Yep.
At this point, guys, I'm going to pause it right here.
When
lap
was
29.
the last time you saw Vettel's name that high?
What did you all think when you saw that? Did you all think, uh-oh, I'm waiting for the jerk strategy to come to kind of screw Vettel? What did you think, babyface?
Man, I was just excited to see his name that high up, even though I knew he had to pit and go back down.
Both Ferraris look to be on a similar strategy. Both guys come in. Vettel goes on the soft. So to me, he's got to be on a 2 pitch stop strategy.
Yeah.
Which may not be a bad thing. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm kind of skeptical of Ferrari right now, how do I say this? The way it's been going for Vettel so far this year, a little skeptical. But right now, they both came in. Vettel had a very good pit stop, 2.4 seconds.
Yeah.
So he's on the soft.
Now, what did you think about Red Bull pitting Albon so early and putting him on the hards?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to that, and I explain this to Babyface. I think they wanted to see how that hard would do, because I think for Albon, since he was a little further back than what they were comfortable with, put him on the hard, he doesn't have to stop again. He'll make up all those positions throughout the race. Charge through the field. For example, right now, he's running 9th on a hard. Guys still got to pit. Guys still got to pit. So if he races hard and that tire holds up like they're expecting it to, he should have made his way back through the field. That was my thought. They were like, listen, we can possibly get Albon in there to fight with Verstappen, put him on the hard.
I didn't think he was going to make it that high up. I kind of understood it, but at the same token, I don't think Albon is there to make it that far up.
Yet.
To catch up to his teammate.
Fair enough. Guys, let us know in the comments. What did you think about that strategy for Albon? Did you think that was the right call to put him on the hard early and let him go to the end of the race? Tell us your thoughts. Did you think he was capable of making his way back through the field? So let's see. Lap 33 of 66. We're halfway through.
Yeah.
So right now I'm looking and I'm like, yes, Sainz is in 7th, baby face. He's running in 7th. If you're a McLaren fan, shout out in the comments,
And the mid-pack was nice. I mean, they were at one point, they were packed like sardines. They were just going one after the other after the other.
Exactly. And when I'm looking at this, I'm like, how do people not enjoy the mid-pack? Look what's going on. Look at it.
Must be a bunch of salty Mercedes haters.
You're not... Let me tell you something. The sign that you're great is when a lot of people hate on you.
That's true.
They did it to Schumi. I remember that. That's why Ralphie spoke up for him. They did it to Jordan. They did it to Kobe, believe it or not. If you're not great if they're not hating.
That's true.
They do it to Tom Brady. They hate on him. I don't like Tom Brady and I didn't like the Patriots, but they were winning. Beat them if you don't like it. So, it goes like that. So, right now, lap 34, 66, Albon is trying to make his way through the field.
He is. And he's keeping it clean.
He is. Nice pass. Little worried about Grosjean.
Kimi wasn't happy. Kimi was just fussing.
Grosjean, it seemed to me he moves a little late under braking sometimes.
Grosjean does just some stuff sometimes, and I know that's your dude.
You know what? I like Grosjean. He was another one I liked him when he first came in. I was like, I don't think a lot of people are going to like him. I think I'm going to stick with this dude. He never raced for my squad, but that's okay. So right now, babyface, Lando's 11th.
Yeah.
Look at this battle between Leclerc and Norris. How did they not enjoy it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're right there. Guys, how do you not enjoy this?
And
when
Lando
you guys
was
are,
doing an
when they're
excellent
saying the races are boring, the cameras focus on these two. How do you not enjoy this?
And Lando was doing amazing at keeping him back.
Keeping them back. How do you not enjoy this? I mean, I'm like, these people must not really like Formula One. They don't follow it. Because if you forsake the mid-pack battles, what are you? I mean, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Look at Danny Rick. I was wondering what he was going to do this race too. Running 13th behind Vettel. Kvyat's up there in 11th. Russell's in the pits. I wanted Williams to do better this race. You know, that's my second team. I love Williams. I always liked him since I was a kid. So I've always stuck with my teams, McLaren and Williams. Leclerc spins lap 37 and 66. When I saw that, I said, what happened? What did you think?
Now, be honest. When you saw that Ferrari, with the nose facing the wrong way, what did you think?
Mistake or something's wrong with the car?
Well, you're nicer than I was, because when I saw a Ferrari and I couldn't quite make out which one,
You thought it was Vettel?
my immediate thought was, no, Vettel, no.
Thought it was Vettel.
And then I heard it was Leclerc, and I was like, what?
So guys, yellow flag sector 3. Then I'm looking and I'm like, wait a minute. They got the camera close up. It wasn't his fault. The engine dies and the e-brake comes on. That's a Ferrari issue. That's not Leclerc's
Yeah, the
fault.
engine just died on him.
Not Leclerc's fault. So at this point, I'm like, okay. He gets to start it back up. He's running last. I'm like, okay, are they going to let Vettel know what happened with Leclerc like most teams do?
No, in my head I was like, now the whole team has to back Vettel because that's your guy out on the road.
Get on the radio and say, hey, listen, Leclerc's having engine issues, power unit issues. Let us know, change your mode. This may happen to you. Guys, top 39 to 66. Let me know in the comments. I didn't hear anything. They didn't get on the radio and say anything to Vettel
And
about
Vettel
that.
is on the softs.
He's on softs. So Leclerc's engine dies. Vettel's on softs.
Leclerc retires.
He hasn't retired yet. At this point, lap 20. I mean, he's running 20th, lap 40.
He was about to come into the
He's in the
pits
pit.
and retire.
He's in the pits.
Yeah.
Still nobody on the radio. Maybe we didn't see that. Guys, maybe we missed it. Let us know in the comments. Lap 41 of 66. I didn't see any radio communication to Vettel saying, hey, Leclerc's engine died. E-brake came up. Here's what may be going on. Change mode. Do this, do that. Mind you, he's still in the softs. Nobody's radioing saying, hey, strategy change. Nothing. And I'm like, this is not serious. They're not leaving him out to dry like that. Listen, man. At this point, he's the only guy that can get you points. Right? The only guy. He's running 10th. Give him a shot at this point. Give him a shot. I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, lap 42. Okay, cool. They're gonna say something, right? Listen, I don't care what happened. You don't do that to a guy like that. You don't do a 4-time champ like that. You know, to me, all you Ferrari fans, oh, he had a chance. Well, Ferrari, I don't mean to make you salty. Him, Raikkonen, and Alonso, 3 of the greatest we've seen race an F1 car. One of the comments read, it looks like Ferrari wastes talent. Do you agree, babyface?
I agree.
Wow. That was a heavy statement. When I saw that, I said, woo.
At the same token, I cannot discredit what that comment kind of says, because you and I were having an issue with that last season when Leclerc kept getting jerked to give preference to Vettel. So on one hand, yes, there's validity in that statement. On the other hand, you're still a team. You have two drivers. If you're not gonna give Vettel just the support that he needs just to get the car across the finish line and get you some points,
just let him go.
Then why don't you just say, you know what, your contract is over now, go.
Yeah, let him go.
Well, what are you doing? And now he's the only car you have left.
Right.
And the driver has to ask you, what do you want me, are we gonna do something at all?
Guys, before that, my issue was, before even the tires, why didn't someone get on the radio and say, Leclerc is having engine issues. You may want to watch out. Change the engine mode.
Maybe we just didn't hear it.
I don't know, guys. Let us know.
You and I know, because I mean, at this point, you and I were looking at the screen like, are they gonna do something with Vettel?
Right. Mind you, some more midfield stuff, guys. I'm looking. The Red Bull of Albon is coming at Sainz to get back in the points. Some good midfield battles, babyface. The whole race, to me, good midfield stuff. I didn't understand though. I said, where's the radio communication of Vettel?
Where's the strategy? I mean, he's on softs. He still has over what?
He has to stop again.
30 laps to go.
At that point, he was on. Those tires were old. Those softs are getting old. It's like 44 or 66. He's still on those softs.
Either you tell him he needs to manage those tires, or you pit him so you send him back out.
That's the issue, guys. He couldn't manage appropriately because he asked. He said, "Guys, what's the strategy? I'm on softs. What do you want me to do?" And the guy said, "Understood."
Yeah, he was just like, "Let me know what you want me to do." Understood. What does that mean?
The guy comes back on the radio. Can you make it into the race? He said, I asked you that question. What do you think? I mean, I could have managed differently. I'm driving all out. I could have saved my tires a little better than this.
You in essence turned him into a sitting duck to be passed.
You did.
And at this point, and I realize you're a McLaren fan, so babe, I'm really, really sorry. But I started to root for Vettel because I didn't want your McLaren boys to pass him, because that was just, you left him out there. You didn't tell him what the new strategy was, or an updated strategy was. You left him out there like a sitting duck on ice skates of tires. And when I saw your McLaren boys start to get closer and closer, I was like, ooh, babe's gonna be mad at me, but please don't pass him.
Well, here's the thing. Before we pass him, Stroll's right there. And Vettel right now, left on them soft tires.
And he's trying.
I couldn't, guys, she wasn't surprised. I couldn't believe Ferrari did him like this. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, it's like when Leclerc retired, their whole team left the garage. I'm like, is anybody even in the garage? This guy's talking to himself. Lap 47 and 66. I'm like, what is going... Everybody left. Babyface said it. She was like, Ferrari is shady. And I'm not going to back off that point. Ferrari fans love to get in the comments and talk about everybody else's team. They're shady. I said, all right. So right now, Bottas stops again. 2.5 second pit stop. Again, Bottas could have had to me, he could have had a better race. He just didn't start well. So right now it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. That was my prediction earlier than that. I said this is probably going to be the top three. I wasn't sure about fourth and on, because right now Vettel's in fifth, Perez is in fourth, and I said, wow, Vettel can actually...
Oh, I really wanted Vettel to finish fifth, even though I knew that it was very unlikely with those tires. But I really would have liked to see him.
If they did something different with his strategy and told him to manage a little better, he could have got a better result. He could get a better result. He could have got it. But they kind of... Seriously, I was wondering. I said, did they all leave the garage and leave him out there by himself? Like... I don't know.
Can we get Arriva Bene back, please?
Right now, and Lewis is just... Guys, I've not mentioned much... Hamilton's in a different zone right now. The dude is out just running. He's out there running. Y'all can talk about the car. You could talk about I don't care what you say. You still got to drive the car. And he's driving the car very well.
He was gone.
He was gone. I've seen people say, my grandma can drive the car. Okay, well, I'll root for her when she starts doing this well. When she gets 6 championships.
We'll root for your grandma.
I'm looking at somebody saying, and now he raced for McLaren, so I got love for Lewis. Somebody was like, well, he's the luckiest guy. You don't get this lucky in Formula One. That's an insult to every driver on the grid that's ever raced. A guy gets this lucky to get 6 chips. I don't want to hear it, man. And Babyface, I like what you said. One more thing for the Hamilton haters. She's a Mercedes fan. She posted something on her IG page. Schumacher.
Oh, I mean, if you
Talk about it.
are such a Hamilton hater, I reposted something that someone, I think it was F1 actually, that posted it, where Michael Schumacher sat down and was like, hey, I met Hamilton briefly. It was when he first came on. I think it was his first season.
Right.
And he was like, I mean, he is going to be good. It's impressive that he's been able to be this good and sustain it this early when he came on.
Right.
But he's gonna be good. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And that was just one interview, because there are plenty more interviews after the fact where Schumacher said, oh, Hamilton, he's going to be a problem. Like, he is going to be good. Like, that kid has a talent that's unprecedented. In all fairness, he also was a huge advocate for Vettel.
Yes, he was.
He told Ferrari that they should have grabbed Vettel, and they didn't. So, what I, in essence, said, Hamilton haters, all of you that really hate Hamilton,
Right.
would you dare tell Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion, to his face that Hamilton is lucky? That the only reason he's winning is because he has a fast car? Would you dare tell Michael Schumacher that to his face? Matter of fact, because, you know, Michael is still... Keep fighting Michael Schumacher, by the way. We cannot talk to him and ask his opinion right now, but let's ask Ralphie. Will you sit in front of Ralph Schumacher and tell him, oh, you know, the only reason Hamilton's winning is because he's lucky? I'm not going to do it, because I don't want to be shredded by any of the Schumachers about how ignorant I am about the sport and the skill required to drive that car.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Not only him, I guess Niki Lauda didn't know what he was talking
Niki
about.
Lauda was dead wrong.
Nelson Piquet. I could keep naming Nico Rosberg. Here's the thing. The reason why I got love for this guy, because when he came into my team, he brought it to Alonso the only reason he lost by 1 point his rookie season. You name me one other driver that brought it to Alonso in the same car.
But at the same time, if you don't like him because you don't like the fact that he keeps winning and beating maybe whoever you're a fan of, okay, just say that. I'm tired of watching him win and beat my team. But the guy shows up and does what he's supposed to do. Get in the car, give his best, and try to win. And he's good.
Well, here's the other thing. You know I like to talk fact, babyface. 2 years before Hamilton's rookie season, this guy Alonso beat Schumi.
Yeah. And
2 years.
There were a lot of people that were not
He
happy.
beat Schumi with a Renault car. So to say Hamilton is lucky, not a skill guy. Come on. And again, the greatest of all time to me has stated, this guy is good.
Yeah.
Niki Lauda. All the great. So when you got, and they're going to say I'm a fanboy. No, I'm just honest. I'm not a hater. Some people get on there, and here's the thing, guys. I see a lot of comments that are emotion-based, not fact-based, right? Oh, he never did what Schumi did. Well, even Schumi gave him props. So, come on, guys.
I mean, you're entitled to your emotion and your opinion, but just state it. This is my opinion. I don't like him because I just don't like him.
Right. Just say you don't like the guy because you don't like him. But don't start making up erroneous...
If you're going to say it's luck, well then, in that case, why don't you hop in a car and see how lucky you are?
Guys, it's not luck. It doesn't
You've driven a Formula car.
I've driven a Formula car. It's not luck. No, you need more than luck.
And it wasn't even a Formula 1 car, but you know it takes more than luck.
Let me tell you something. It takes more than luck. You don't get that lucky. Common sense at any professional level, when it comes to a sport, anything professional, luck's not involved with this many wins. No. Let's move on. Lap 51. Vettel is like, he told the engineer, I asked you this laps ago. What do you want me to do? 15 laps to go. They let Vettel out there. At that point, ask her, babyface knows. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Ferrari, I don't want to see not one Ferrari fan commenting on Mercedes or any other team. It's like, I got a dirty house, I'm going to call someone else's house dirty. Clean your own first. Don't come. Mercedes is running like a well-oiled machine. You're not. I couldn't believe it, man. Lap 53 and 66. Vettel's still running fifth. Perez gets a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, because he didn't move fast enough when Hamilton
I was
came
like,
around.
wow. And then I couldn't believe they did that to him. I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy.
He wasn't the only one.
Nope, he wasn't. Kvyat got the same thing.
Kvyat
So that will knock Perez back down. Because at this point, I was like, Stroll's going to pass Vettel. And it's nothing he can do about that. So Stroll will probably take over 4th because he's going to get within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Vettel is going to drop behind Sainz. He'll probably take 7th. I don't think Albon's going to catch him. No. But at that point, I said lap 55 to 66, you got 11 laps left. This is crazy, man. And they're just showing Hamilton running away. I'm like, this dude is just running away. And obviously, they wanted Hamilton to come in and put on the softs. Hamilton refused. He said, nah, I'm running these mediums.
Yeah.
And they said, stay out there. Stay with the mediums. We're going to keep you on the mediums.
Yeah,
so
they did actually bring him in and put a brand new spickety-spackety set of mediums.
Brand new what?
Spickety-spackety new. Shiny.
Shiny. They were brand new.
Brand new. You can see your reflection in that shit.
Hey, for all the sneakerheads, dead stock. They were brand new, not touched.
No.
Yeah, dead stock. So my thing is this: I'm looking at the Ferrari wall. I'm like, did y'all go to sleep? Did y'all take a lunch break? Y'all just let my man's out? Don't leave him out there like that. Ferrari, y'all can do better than that. Come on, man. I mean, come on,
they
man.
They can. They just choose not to. You know what? Fine.
And if you try to justify this stuff, come on, you can't
There's
justify
no justification
this.
for that.
Not for that. No, not for that. You can't justify.
You pay the man $40 million. If you're just going to throw away money on someone that you're not going to even back and give him a fighting chance, you know what? Then just throw the $40 million this way. Because clearly you put no value on it.
Before it escapes my mind, babyface, shout out to Kimi Räikkönen. He's driven the most miles out of any F1 driver in history. So guys in the comments, shout out to Kimi.
Kimi came out the womb driving an F1 car.
Hey, listen, Kimi can still drive at a very high level. He needs a car.
Yes! Yes!
Ferrari messed up. I don't think they should have got... You wanted Leclerc, you wanted to go younger, I get it. But put Kimi with Hulkenberg somewhere. Put Kimi somewhere... Him and Hulk would make a great team. Him and Vettel would make a good team again. Him and Vettel would make a great team again.
Kimi has not lost his edge. I hope he doesn't retire just yet because...
He still got driving in him.
Not just that, but he serves us some of the best team radio.
Man, this dude is funny. He is funny, man. So, guys, I couldn't believe it. Lap 60 or 66. I could not... And Hamilton, mind you, is running fastest lap times. He's just cooking. I'm looking at my guy. Driver of the day, I wanted Vettel to get it.
Yeah.
Because he got jerked. To me, he got jerked. And I wanted to see him get driver of the day. And he is right now. 21% over Max. Hamilton's 3rd. Hamilton's never going to get driver of the day because people are just tired of seeing him win. I get it. But he's running out there running. He's in the zone.
That's fine because at the end of the day, we're not tracking driver of the day in history. We're just tracking how many wins and championships you have.
I remember when they hated on Schumi like this, and Ralphie had to say, if you don't like the way he's winning,
beat him.
Beat him. Ralph had to come to his defense. So it's the same thing with Hamilton. Again, if you're not great, they're not going to hate. So it is what it is. I'm looking at this mid. I hated this. I loved it. My McLaren, that Sainz passed him, but it wasn't fair to Vettel to do him like that. It just wasn't right, guys. It was not right. I felt for him. I did. I felt for him. I'm looking at some battle. Grosjean is still out there battling tough with Kimi. And I'm liking it. Midfield was exciting to me. I liked it. I just felt so bad for Vettel. I didn't like it, guys. Let me know in the comments. Be honest, did you feel it was justified to do Vettel like this? Are you one of those Ferrari fans, die hard, that's what he gets? Or are you a Vettel fan and you became a Ferrari fan by proxy of him going to Ferrari?
I'm going to have to contest that because if you're a true die-hard Ferrari fan, you cannot just say, oh, that's what he gets because it goes against your team's interest to go, oh, that's what he gets. Well, that's what you get. You should have jumped on that. Revisited the strategy to get the higher place position.
No, the reason why they're not going to say that because they already came out and said they're not expecting to be competitive again until 2022. So if they already came out and said we're not going to be competitive again till 2022, if I'm Carlos Sainz, I'm like.
But at the same token, dude was running in 5th.
Could have ran a lot better.
That was higher than he's been in a while, and it's the only car you have out there.
Right. Could have did him better than that. They left him out there to dry. Right now, Lewis, he forgot it was his last lap. He was in the zone. He said, I was ready to... I could have kept going. The dude was in the zone. He's driving the wheels off the car. I'm enjoying it. I'm not a hater. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the midfield battles. I enjoyed it when Schumi was running it. I enjoyed it when my team was running it. 4 seconds ahead of it. Averaging lapping other drivers 3 or 4 times in a race. I was enjoying that. I'm enjoying this. McLaren's not winning, but we're coming up. We're coming up. Guys, let us know in the comments about Vettel. The race is over. I like how Hamilton's trying to kind of behind the scenes lift his morale up with Vettel, because that's his guy, man. They came in together. They're good friends. But for the way they did Vettel, man, was foul. I didn't like that. You guys let us know in the comments. That was low. They truly, and to me, if you're going to do a guy like that, if I'm Vettel, I'll be like, guys, you know what? I just want to finish out the season. Get Hulkenberg in the seat. Let him finish out. You don't want me here. I'm asking you what the strategy is. Leclerc's engine dies. You don't even bring that up on the radio. You don't say, hey, guys, hey, just to let you know, his engine died. E-brake came up. Change this, change that. They just leave him out there. He's asking about tire strategy. You get back to him laps later. Man, I don't like it. Hamilton broke another record, by the way, so they're really going to hate now. But it for me, it was bittersweet to watch this, guys, because I'm like, come on, don't do him like this. And don't say, well, he had chances. Well, so did Kimi. Kimi got, out of those 3 great drivers I've named, Ferrari has produced 1 championship. The last time you all were any good was with Schumi. Let's put it out there. The last time you guys were any good as far as championship material, you had a chance in 18, right? You've had the fastest car on the grid up to this year. There's no excuses. No one can say Mercedes has had the quickest car, because they've not. Go back and do your research. They've not. Starting this year, Mercedes had the quicker car. The first time ever. Outpacing a Ferrari. Babyface, I'm done with it. What do you think? Sainz finished 6th. I'm happy for the points. Norris finished in the points. So we finished well, but I was like, how do you do Vettel like that, man? That was just blatant disrespect to me. Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think? What do you think, Babyface?
I agree.
So guys, thanks for tuning in with us. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what do you think, good and bad. We love trolls. I don't mind trolls. She don't mind trolls. Doesn't matter to us. We just like some good racing, midfield, pack, front of the field. This Vettel situation is bad. Let us know. Let me know in the comments. Let us know. Do you think Vettel finishes out the season with Ferrari? Or do you think this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for him to say, I'm done?
No, I think he's going to finish the season.
You think so?
But I think both him and Ferrari, and I think the rest of us too, we're just ready for that relationship to be done.
I'm thinking it's going to get uglier than this, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we're done. I think it's just going to keep escalating, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Again, we'll be back. They're off next week, but the week after, we will be back for the Belgian Grand Prix.
Spa, you mean?
Yeah, she finally got it right. Spa, guys. So, I'm proud of you, Babyface. You,
Right. Bye!